This is Suburban On Air and Cohen in the City. Here is Mike Cohen.
Get it on, bang a gong, get it on. Get it on, bang a gong, get it on. When you appear like a call, you got a hubcap, diamond star halo. If you're like a car, oh yeah.
Well, Billy Bob Productions will present Bang a Gong Montreal, a celebration of the glam rock era on Friday evening, November 24th at Club Soda. Bang a Gong is the finale of a trilogy of one-night musical festivals that began with Montreal Calling in 2019 and Montreal's The Drug last May. It's going to feature an all-star lineup of Montreal musicians and performers. And with me today is longtime guitar ace Rob Macdonald, proudly a resident of NDG, and he's going to lead the house band, and Juno Award winner Don Tyler Watson. Now, thanks for both joining me, and let me ask you first. I had Don, I had to go back and Google when I read Mitch Melnick's press release about T-Rex and Bang a Gong. I didn't even really put the two and two together, but that's a pretty legendary song. Do you remember that song well?
Vaguely. The 80s were a bit of a blur for me. So
Well, let me ask you, Rob, are you going to be doing the music for Bang a Gong that night? Is that going to be like one of the first songs we'll hear?
I'm not quite sure, and I'm not quite sure how much Mitch wants me to divulge about the set list, but it'll be there. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure it'll be closer to the end of the night, but things can change. So
yeah,
yes.
well, I started playing it on YouTube and I can't get the song out of my head.
Mhm.
So
It's
this
an
is
earworm for sure.
a great evening of music. So Don, how did you get involved in this particular program? How did you decide that you wanted to be part of it?
well, actually Mitch gave me a call. So he said he got in touch with my agent and my agent says, "Do you want to work on your birthday? Because it happens to be my birthday."
Oh, you're turning 35.
That's right. Again. Anyway, yeah, and I'm like, hell yeah, okay, I'll do it. Because it's always such a blast to do the Billy Bob shows. Like Mitch puts on these amazing extravaganzas full of so much talent and so much fun backstage and just so much camaraderie. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Yeah, and he called me for that. And when I found out Rob was in the house band guy again, I was like, okay, great, because he and I have some history
Yeah.
going back to when I was 25.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're a few decades there. Anyway, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Rob, how would you describe glam rock?
Glam rock, it would be sort of the answer to the late 60s, peace, love, rock and roll, kind of the end. Altamont kind of brought that to a close, and there's a lot of artists. I remember being a fan of Alice Cooper when I was a kid. My brother used to play that music all the time, and I became a big fan. And I remember reading that Alice Cooper hated he detested being called a hippie because he had long hair. That doesn't define him as a hippie. He was more of a rocker. And I guess the end of the hippie era brought in sort of like a harder edge to the music, a different way of dressing. Yeah, it was more of a look at first, but Mott the Hoople definitely, not Mott the Hoople, but Mark Bolan and T-Rex definitely kicked it off in 71 on an appearance on BBC. And just the look, it's partially a look and kind of a harder rock sound, really. Guitar forward, guitar oriented. Yeah, it was kind of an answer to that period, I think.
Don, do we know how many sets your band's going to play that night?
My band in particular, well, my band will be Rob. There is a house band.
Oh, so that's the way it works. So you just come solo and Rob becomes the band for everybody. I get it.
Yes.
Okay. So
with the exception of a few bands that will be playing, though. There will be a few bands, about 5 different acts will be playing, so we get a little bit of a break, because as you might or may not know, these shows are legendarily long. So
yeah. Yes. If they're so Don, do you have any idea how many songs you're going to perform that night? Looks like someone's speaking in Don's house.
My doggie is barking.
That's
Molly?
okay. I love dogs. They could
We
they
do.
could they could
Okay.
jump on the
Molly.
show anytime they want. Don't worry.
Okay, so the question was, how many songs am I doing that night?
Do we know how many songs you're going to perform that
Well,
night?
there's a bit of a medley, so there's quite a few actually. Yeah, and I'm excited because when I was asked, I was glam rock, who is that? Like Annie Lennox? Like I couldn't think of any female artists. I think Rob could answer this question. There's only one traditionally called glam rock female artist, and I'm not doing any of her stuff. So I'll leave it at that. I'm doing more the forerunner people, the people who blazed the way, so to speak, for the eccentricity of the music, the showmanship of the music.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm excited to do the three artists I've chosen together and to perform them. It's gonna be cool. It's kind of out of my comfort zone, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. And a little nervous, but I know it'll be fun because, as Rob said, it's really about the look. It's about the energy of it. It's that kind of music is just it's going to be a blast. That's for damn sure.
And for the young people watching this show right now who heard the name Alice Cooper's a male. Just for people to understand that. So Alice Cooper
that's
is
important
not a female.
sometimes to mention. Yeah,
that's right. Rob, do you have a particular glam rock favorite of yours? I know there's going to be David Bowie, Iggy Pop, Lou Reed, Ian Hunter, and the Mott, the Hoople, Roxy Music. Lots of great stars from the 70s. Any of them stand out for you that you really liked?
Yeah, no, like I mentioned, Alice Cooper. I'm very happy that Alice Cooper will be represented there. Although I don't think I'm doing one. Yes. Alice Cooper, Iggy Pop for sure. Looking forward to playing any Iggy Pop tunes. There's one that didn't make it on though, and I'd recently seen the documentary on a band called Sparks, which had always kind of passed my periphery. I'd never really noticed them before, and they're just this incredible band that from the late 60s on, and they went through the glam period too, but they had this one particular difficult tune that we toyed with maybe doing, and we're not going to because it's kind of crazy. But I would have liked to see more of that. But I'm very happy to be doing Alice Cooper. I forgot how good T-Rex was, to be honest. I'm looking forward to playing some T-Rex tunes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Don, how do you like performing at Club Soda?
I love that venue. I've always loved playing that venue. I think the first time I played that venue was with Paul Delorier back at the Jazz Fest in maybe 2010 or 9 or 7 or somewhere around there. And yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Is that the Juno behind you, by the way?
No.
That's not the Juno Award? I'm just looking at that.
Oh, you want to see it? No, it's not. It's actually just a piece of glass.
Just tell your dogs to go fetch it. No,
Molly,
I'm just kidding.
go fetch the Juno.
Yeah. Well, what's new with your career right now? What are you working on?
I'm working on some new music. I've been doing quite a bit of jazz lately too, but yeah, working on a new album, getting ready for some trips in the new year. I've got the legendary Rhythm and Blues Cruise coming up in the end of January, and working on a couple of tours in Europe for next year. And what else have I got? The Women's Blues Review in Toronto at Massey Hall in 2 weeks. So that's also a really cool show with all different artists. There's about 6 or 7 different female singers and a house band of all women. So it's always great to play that. Looking forward to that too.
Rob, you've worked a lot with our good friend Rob Lutz. Rob and Rob, what's going on in your career right now?
Let's see, right after the show, for instance, Rob and I are taking off for Europe for a couple of weeks. We're going to be playing mostly in the Netherlands and Belgium. When I get back, I'll be taking a little bit of a break for about a month, and then next year, early next year, I'll begin playing a lot of shows to support Guy Boulanger's new record, which I was a part of as well. That just came out a little while ago. Another album that I produced during the pandemic actually was just released to my surprise yesterday from an Inuit artist named Sanupa, which I haven't listened to since it was mixed and done. So I was kind of excited to see that kind of come out of the woodwork yesterday, and it's quite nice. And I can't pronounce the name of it, unfortunately, at the moment, so I'm not going to say it. And I'm also going to be doing some work with the Durham County Poets next year, helping them with their next CD coming up. They were Juno nominated during the pandemic, and they're doing quite well. So it looks like 2024 is going to be a pretty busy year. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, two busy and successful local artists. I appreciate you taking the time to speak to me today. Good luck at Bang a Gong, Montreal.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Mike. It's a pleasure.
Great having Rob Macdonald and Don Tyler Watson with me today. And you can find out more about the concert in the body of our video description.